Charles is officially coming into the game in the next week. Yes, we've got some amazing news today. Yesterday, Miro officially spoiled that Charles will be the next new style in Blue Lock Rivals, and I couldn't be more excited. So, during the Happy Tuesday event, Miro dropped a huge hint. He confirmed that next week we'll be getting PXG's heart. And if you're familiar with the manga, you already know that Charles is called PXG's heart by none other than Asagi himself. So, yeah, it's pretty clear. Charles is coming to the game, and I'm totally here for it. Now, in my last video, I promised that today's video would be all about Charles, and here we are. Yesterday, during the Happy Tuesday event, Miro made it official, and I wanted to dive into everything we know so far. The announcement was pretty clear about Charles, but I also want to talk about his rarity, what moves he could have, and what kind of chemical reactions he might have with Shadou. I know a lot of you have been waiting for this, so let's get into it. But before I start breaking down all the details, I just want to ask you guys to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And please hit that like button. It really helps get this video in front of more people. And your support motivates me to keep creating daily content for you all. So, thanks so much for that, and let's dive into this juicy news. Alright, let's start by addressing something that I think some of you might be wondering. How do we know for sure Charles is the new style coming next week? Well, let me break it down for you. Yesterday, Miro gave us a huge hint in the official Blue Lock Rivals Discord during the Happy Tuesday event. He straight up confirmed that next week we're getting PXG's heart, and if you've read the manga, you know exactly what that means. Charles is PXG's heart, and there's no doubt about it. He's the next character coming to the game. I know there's still some mystery about what Charles will be performing and blah blah blah, but looking at the announcement, it's clear he'll be part of the update. Now, I know Sei and Shadou are also getting reworks this week, and that's awesome, but Charles is the one I'm most excited about. And remember, Miro had already hinted that Charles will have a chem reaction with Shadou, and called it a surprise in his Q&A video. Well, surprise! It's Charles, and he's going to be an absolute game changer. Now let's talk about why I think Charles will be a support player, and whether he should be a world-class or mythic style. Now, if you've been following my channel for a while, you probably know that I've been saying Charles will most likely be a world-class style. But in my personal opinion, it would be better if Charles is going to be mythic, and I know that he is an actual world-class in the manga. But let me explain why I think that Charles should be a mythic tier. First off, Charles is a support player. We don't have a lot of great passers in the game right now. We've got Sei, who's an amazing passer, but he can still perform well without relying too much on passing. We also have Corona, but that's about it. And don't even mention Hiyori. His passes are, let me be honest, so bad I'm not going to play him until devs fix his passes. We really need more variety in the game for support styles, and this is where Charles can fill a major gap. I think Charles could fit perfectly into the mythic tier. Why? Because we don't have many good support players, and Charles would give us a fresh option for players who love to pass and set up their teammates. Right now, Sei is the go-to passer, but Charles could be a fantastic mythic player to diversify the support roles in the game. Now, I've seen some of you comment that you think Charles could be world-class, and I totally get that. He deserves that title, but I still think mythic would be a better fit for him. We need more support characters in the game, and Charles could really shake things up and bring some fresh energy to the game's meta. What do you think? Do you agree that Charles should be mythic or world-class? Let me know in the comments. Alright, now let's get to the part I've been super excited to discuss. Charles's moveset. As you all know, we've been guessing about what moves he could have, and I've talked about this before in a video that I made. Maybe a month ago, I'm not exactly sure. Since then, there have been even more suggestions from the official Blue Lock Rivals Discord, and I've combined all the best ideas into one refreshed version of what Charles' moveset could look like. So let's start with the first concept for Charles, which is based on some of the official suggestions and what we know from the manga. Looking at his potential role in the game, I think he'd be a world-class or mythic character. Personally, I'm leaning towards mythic, as I said. But let's see what the devs decide how to balance him. First off, let's talk about Charles' passive abilities. As a support character, his passes and shots would likely have iframes and long range, similar to how Sei's passes work. This would make him a more dynamic player who can quickly set up his teammates from across the field without worrying about being interrupted. As for his passive ability, imagine this. All passes and shots towards teammates go 10% farther and have slight player tracking. This would make Charles incredibly useful for connecting with teammates from different parts of the field, ensuring his passes land exactly where they're needed, even in tight situations. Now, looking at his C move, we have Imp Steal. This move is similar to Shark Steal from Corona, but more efficient. It's got a slight delay before stealing, but it comes with iframes, making it really smooth and reliable. After you steal the ball or gain possession, you could immediately transition into his fiendish pass, a straight fast pass to a selected teammate. This is where the synergy with Shido would come into play, as this move would trigger a chemical reaction with NEL Shido's style and flow, giving both characters even more opportunities to dominate in a match. For his V move, Contrarian Dribble would let him dash forward, dribbling the ball diagonally to the right and then flicking it to the left. This dribbling move would have 100% iframes, much like Occlusion Break, making it a great tool for escaping pressure and setting up plays. His B move, Quick Cross, would instantly cross the ball to a selected teammate. Super simple, but effective for rapid offensive plays. Moving on to Charles' Awakening, we get to see his true potential unfold. Imagine this. As he activates his Awakening, Charles says, "This is boring, can I quit?" Before sighing and dashing forward with a sword-wielding monster aura around him. It's a dramatic moment, setting the tone for his next moves. The C Awakening move, "That's good, JK," triggers a cutscene where Charles sarcastically says, "That's good, just kidding," before volleying the ball to a teammate. This move would highlight his playful yet powerful nature, throwing off opponents and creating a smooth transition for his team. Next, his V Awakening move, Last Resort, would be a cutscene where Charles jumps in front of a ball, blocking it and passing it automatically to a teammate. It's similar to Aiku's Awakening block, but with Charles adding his signature style to it. Finally, his B Awakening move, Rabona Cross, would trigger a cutscene where Charles says, "Here comes my nastiest pass," before crossing the ball to a teammate across the field. It's a flashy, powerful pass that sets up his teammate for a great opportunity to score. As for his flow ability, I think Contrarian would work well with his overall playstyle. It would increase his run speed, reduce his cooldowns, and make his passes stronger. On top of that, passes that he sends to teammates would have player tracking. To top it off, teammates receiving his passes would get a 20% shooting boost for 15 seconds, making Charles an even more valuable playmaker on the field. Alright, now that we've had a chance to break down Charles' potential moveset, let's quickly take a look at what's coming next in the game. First up, we've got some really exciting updates happening this week. The Sei and Shido reworks are officially on the way, which is awesome for players who main those characters. They're going to be getting some serious improvements, and I'm sure that's going to shake things up on the field. But here's the thing I'm most looking forward to. After Charles, I think we're going to see a Yukimiya rework. Sometime in the next 3 weeks. Now, I know a lot of you Yukimiya mains have been waiting for this, and I'm sure you're getting antsy. Well, hold tight, because your favorite character might be getting the rework they deserve sooner than you think. It's definitely going to be worth the wait, and I can't wait to see how the devs revamp him. Now, I want to know what you think about Charles. Do you believe he's going to be a world-class or mythic style? What do you expect from his moveset, and how do you think he'll fit into the meta? And of course, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. We're so close to hitting 50,000 subscribers, and I can't thank you all enough for your support. It really pushes me to keep putting out content for you every day. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.